She has no right to have accepted his funding for his rehabilitation because I never told her that money was the problem. Money has never ever been a problem in our relationship. Neither has it ever been a bone of contention in our relationship. She cannot go out there and begin to behave as if she doesn't know where she is coming from, as if she does not know who she is just because we had a minor problem. Epalolo reportedly cried upon hearing that the American boy that is called West Navarro had paid for Dazzling's rehabilitation in the UK. Hi there, Larite. You all know what's cooking in our studio with your girl, the La Rama. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekends. I told you as I get more update, I'll continue to bring to you. Please ignore that sound, okay? It's coming from the Power Bikers. Okay, so what we are hearing right now is that Epalolo, just couldn't hold himself. Epalolo is a man. He is big and all of that. And before this Dazzling's problem, Epalolo has always been that quiet man, very quiet. Nobody knew anything about him. Like me, I never really knew anything about him. It was when, in fact, I never knew him. I never knew him. It was when Dazzling got married to him, or he got married to Dazzling, that I knew that Epalolo even existed. Now, when Dazzling got married to him, he became very, very popular. They said he has always been very, very wealthy, but nobody, like me, I never ever knew him. So even from the time we got to know him with Dazzling, he's always been that very quiet person. For me, I never really knew anything about him. I never heard anything bad about him and all of that. Apart from this drama that recently happened between himself and Dazzling, where we heard that, a lot had happened in the background. It was very messy and we heard about everything. So many speculations all over the place, the things that people were saying and the things that a lot of people were not saying that, we knew about, things that were too difficult or too heavy for people to say. They said a lot that abuse was involved and a whole lot was involved. We are all aware. I'm not going to bore you with the commentary of the entire story again, because the rogue thing was involved, and Dazzling at some time admitted the rogue thing and all of that. It was expedient for Dazzling to go in for rehabilitation, and she never wanted to do it in Nigeria because of course everybody knew what was happening here. They have a lot of good rehabilitation homes in Lagos. They have some in Abuja, right? And they have some in Port Harcourt. She would have gone, but the fact that everybody was into the issue, okay, people had a lot of opinions and all of that, they decided that it was best for her to go to the UK. Now in the UK, okay, they said that the person who funded the rehabilitation, okay, now it's imperative for you to understand that the information we are getting is that Dazzling is not locked up in a home where she's doing rehabilitation, because from what they said after assessment and everything, it's not as if she's so drenched into the rogue thing. Is doing this one here and there, left and right, like it's not something that has eaten her up. Because when you look at Dazzling, her the way she comports herself, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself around, you will know that it's not somebody that has been, deeply eaten by the rogue. So, but for the sake of her career, both locally and internationally, it was expedient for her to go for that rehabilitation. But as God would have it, they said a man who is supposed to be producing a movie with Dazzling had paid for the rehabilitation in the UK to the tune of $30,000. Yes, you heard me right. That's the information that is making the rounds on social media, right? $30,000. And $30,000 is a lot of money, okay? And so you do know that EPA has been doing everything. If the information we continue to get, Epalolo Ndene Kwekwe has been doing everything to get Dazzling back and all of that. And no, Dazzling said never in this world will she return back to Epalolo. But when Epalolo found out that Dazzling had been, had started her rehabilitation, and they paid $30,000, and that money wasn't even coming from Dazzling, it came from, a company that is supposed to go into, that has, signed up to go into a business, a movie production business with Dazzling. And the boy is young and very wealthy, okay? And when Epalolo found out that it was the boy who paid, Epalolo just could not contain it. It was very painful to Epalolo. It felt like, it was a smack on his forehead or a slap on his face. He said money has never been a problem between himself and Dazzling. Money has never been a bone of contention between himself and Dazzling. And so, why will Dazzling be out there accepting money from strangers? Now, this one, he did not see it like, or he is not seeing it as, Dazzling business partner or something. Epalolo is quite sure that that guy has got his eyes on Dazzling. And you and I, we cannot be sure. Dazzling is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Dazzling is gorgeous. I have seen people who say that they are using they are using filter and all of that. I have also come across lots of people who have met Dazzling one-on-one on set. Dazzling is not about camera. Dazzling is gorgeous. That girl fine. It's like God just, in fact, God took time to create that girl. And so for a man like Epalolo to sit down and open his eyes and that girl is slipping out of his hand, you know that it will be very, very painful. You know that it will be very, very painful. And so Epalolo is so upset that it is a brother who would have encouraged her to accept it. And, they say the family is saying, what is your problem? That this is somebody who's going into, a mega movie production with Dazzling. They are business partners now and all of that. But the thing is that Dazzling is not even ready to give him an explanation. Dazzling does not owe him. And one thing that makes this thing so difficult for Epalolo Ndene Kwekwe is the fact that he recently found out that they that local thing that they are supposed to put, that he thought Dazzling had during the traditional marriage, they said it was invalid because the bride price wasn't paid to Dazzling's father. And that alone has broken Epalolo so much. So right there, as he is sleeping and everything, he will be thinking that the guy is busy, chopping Dazzling, chopping his wife and all of that. And they say the man, Epalolo has been like, very, very sad over what is going on, because even as we speak right now, Dazzling is saying, get out. I've got nothing to do with you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Just get the hell out of my life. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.